Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, guys. If you've been paying attention to what's been happening in the AFC North over the past few days, you know that the Pittsburgh Steelers are making some strategic moves that could be pivotal for their season. It's not just about a few roster changes. It's about the message the team is sending that they're serious about contending, about staying competitive, and about making a real push for that elusive Super Bowl title. And trust me, these moves are more than just roster adjustments. They're a clear statement of intent. So let's break down exactly what the Steelers have been up to, what it means for the team and their fans, and how it could shape the rest of the season. First, let's talk about the biggest news that broke recently. The Steelers officially added safety Jabril Peppers to their active roster. Peppers, a versatile and experienced safety, joins the team on a one-year contract. Now, if you're a Steelers fan, you already know that adding a player like Peppers isn't just about depth. It's about bringing in a guy who can contribute immediately on defense, especially in the secondary, which has been a point of concern for many fans and analysts alike. Peppers has been around the league for a few years now, and he's known for his versatility, capable of playing both safety and linebacker roles when needed, and he's also solid in coverage and run support. His signing signals that the Steelers are serious about shoring up their secondary, especially after some recent injuries that have tested their depth. But the signing of Peppers didn't come alone. The team also announced several other roster moves that are worth noting. Most notably, the Steelers have placed quarterback Skylar Thompson on injured reserve. Now, Thompson, who was brought in to provide some depth at the quarterback position, suffered a hamstring injury that sidelined him for now. This isn't just a minor setback. NFL rules stipulate that players placed on injured reserve must miss at least 4 games, so Thompson's earliest return could be around Week 6 or even Week 7, depending on his recovery. This creates a bit of a question mark at the quarterback position, especially considering the team's current quarterback situation. To replace Thompson, the Steelers made a smart move by signing veteran quarterback Logan Woodside to the practice squad. Now, Woodside isn't a stranger to the Steelers. He spent the preseason with the team and has previous NFL experience, having played for the Atlanta Falcons from 2022 to 2023 under offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, who was Atlanta's head coach at the time. Woodside's return to the Steelers is interesting because he was released during the summer roster cuts. But now, with the team's quarterback situation a bit uncertain, he's back in the fold on the practice squad, ready to step in if needed. It's a smart move. Having a veteran like Woodside on the practice squad provides the Steelers with some emergency options, especially since they're currently rolling with only 2 active quarterbacks on the roster. Speaking of quarterbacks, the team's initial plans for Week 1 were quite different. At one point, they had 4 quarterbacks on their active roster, which is a rarity. But with Thompson going down and Will Howard also injured, the roster has been trimmed down to just 2 healthy quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers and Mason Rudolph. Rodgers, of course, is the big offseason acquisition, brought in to lead this team with his vast experience and leadership. Rudolph, meanwhile, has been with the Steelers for a few seasons now and provides a reliable backup. But the question now is, how do they manage this situation moving forward? NFL rules require players to spend a minimum of 4 games on injured reserve, which means that Thompson will be out until at least Week 6 or 7, and Howard's return timeline is uncertain. In the meantime, the Steelers might have to rely heavily on Rodgers and Rudolph, and perhaps elevate Woodside from the practice squad if the situation demands. Now, let's focus for a moment on the defensive side, which has been under scrutiny lately. The Steelers added Peppers to replace injured safety Deshaun Elliott, who's expected to miss a couple of weeks due to an MCL sprain, as reported by NFL insider Jordan Schultz. Elliott's injury was a blow to the secondary, but Peppers' arrival is seen as a significant upgrade in terms of experience and versatility. Peppers, who has played for various teams but really made a name for himself with his playmaking ability, is expected to help stabilize the back end of the defense. His presence, along with James Pierre being promoted from the practice squad, adds valuable depth, especially in the secondary and on special teams. James Pierre, a cornerback who's been with the Steelers for a few seasons now, was signed from the practice squad to the active roster. Pierre has played in 82 games for the Steelers, compiling 117 tackles, 11 pass defenses, and 3 interceptions. Last season, he started 2 games, and his experience in the system makes him a reliable option, especially with the injuries mounting. Pierre's role on special teams is also crucial, as he's been on the field for key plays in that phase of the game. His versatility and familiarity with the team's defensive schemes make him an important piece in this puzzle. The roster moves reflect a team that's actively adjusting to the realities of the NFL season, injuries, roster depth, and the need for experienced players who can step in and perform under pressure. It's clear that the Steelers are not just trying to patch things up. They're making strategic moves aimed at maintaining competitiveness and building a roster that can handle the ups and downs of a long NFL season. The addition of Peppers, the promotion of Pierre, and the signing of Woodside all point to a team that's thinking ahead, preparing for the challenges of the weeks to come, especially as they navigate their quarterback situation. Looking at the bigger picture, the Steelers' season hinges on several factors. First, their health, especially at the quarterback position, will be critical. With Rodgers leading the charge, the team's offense has a different dynamic, one that's built around his experience and ability to elevate the game of those around him. But the depth behind him remains a concern, especially with Thompson and Howard currently injured. The team's coaching staff will need to be creative in managing their offensive schemes and making sure they maximize the talent they have. Defensively, the addition of Peppers and the return of Pierre strengthen a unit that has shown flashes of brilliance, but also moments of inconsistency. The Steelers have always prided themselves on their tough physical defense, and with these strategic additions, they aim to restore that identity and make life difficult for opposing offenses. Their pass rush, secondary, and run defense will all be tested as the season progresses, especially in a division as competitive as the AFC North. And then there's the division itself. The AFC North has been fiercely contested in recent years, with the Ravens, Bengals, and Browns all vying for supremacy. The Steelers, with their new roster adjustments, are positioning themselves to be right in the mix. It's about consistency, health, and making the right in-game decisions. The move to bring in Peppers and bolster the secondary indicates that the Steelers are aware of the importance of defense in division battles, and they're willing to make bold moves to stay competitive. Now, let's not forget about the fans, who are always the heartbeat of this team. The passion, the loyalty, and the unwavering support of Steelers fans are what keep this franchise alive and thriving. These roster moves, although strategic, also send a message to the fanbase that the team is serious about winning now and in the future. Every signing, every injury update, and every game plan is scrutinized by the Steelers Nation, and they're rightfully excited about what's coming next. In terms of expectations, the Steelers are aiming high. They want to make a deep playoff run, and perhaps with these strategic roster adjustments, they're positioning themselves for a sustained push. The quarterback situation remains pivotal, but with Rodgers at the helm and the defense bolstered, the team has the ingredients to surprise many critics and make noise in the postseason. It's about staying healthy, executing consistently, and seizing opportunities when they arise. As we look ahead, the next few weeks will be critical. The team will be monitoring their injured players closely, especially Thompson and Howard, and will need to adapt as the season unfolds. The coaching staff's ability to manage the roster, to develop younger players like Pierre, and to integrate veterans like Peppers will be the difference makers. And of course, the fans will be watching every game, every play, hoping their Steelers can bring home another Super Bowl trophy, continuing a proud tradition built on resilience, grit, and a never-give-up attitude. So in summary, the Steelers' recent roster moves are more than just transactions. They're a statement of intent. They're showing that they're willing to adapt, to improve, and to fight for every inch on the field. With Peppers now in the fold, Pierre stepping up, and Woodside ready to step in if needed, the team is setting itself up for a compelling season. But what do you think, Steelers fans? How do you see these moves impacting your team's chances? Are you confident in the roster's depth? Do you believe Rodgers can lead this team to the promised land? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from each and every one of you. And remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, let's keep that Steelers pride alive. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news.